Hello and welcome back. This is Grillenheimer. This yesterday, if you've been following along, I've been doing a lot of videos. I may lay low for a while. I need some rest too, because I've been up too late playing that silly card game. But yeah, no, how dare you call it a silly card game? Whatever. But last night, and don't ask me how, but got home late because if you remember, I got a crown put in. My gosh, birds are going nuts. Had a crown put in. So I had a dentist appointment that morning. Well, I had to make up my time, so I was at work pretty late. My wife had to take my daughter back to my mother's house for the night, so they're not driving back and forth because they're over 70, and to keep them off the road. So when I got home, I got to eat, and they had already eaten, and so she left. So again, I'm home alone, which is unusual. I've been home alone, even if it's just 30 minutes, an hour at a time, which is kind of unusual. We're normally all together all the time, just about. Except this summer has been very different, summer of 2019. I say that because eventually this will be in the past. If you saw my God versus me, I think that's how I worded it in the title, video not too long ago, I do explain how I have an issue with same-sex attraction. Does that make me gay? No. I don't want to be gay. I don't desire that at all. But it's something I have dealt with for a long time. And it was, in a sense, my testimony of how I went to Christ, how I hungered for Christ, and my testimony of how I came to Him back in the early 90s. And truly, I say that was when I was saved, not when I was 4 or 5 years old for the fear of dying from a great uncle I barely knew and only met twice. But that was a scary experience too for about a 4-year-old. I want to say I was only 4 or 5, looking at Ancestry and looking at when he died. And I'm like, wow, was it that long ago? I thought I was 7 or 8. No, I was much younger. Long story short, I'm home alone. I'm downstairs in our unfinished basement, and I'm doing laundry. And I've seen a lot of YouTube videos of people's testimonies and NDEs and all this other mess, and people coming out of homosexuality, people having like divine intervention, and yeah, it's morning. I apologize. The birds are just going nuts. They're just distracting me. You probably can't hear them, like you never can hear the owls unless I go outside and record the owls going nuts. And I was downstairs doing laundry, and I got to thinking, because some people will see God, some people will hear God, they will have a divine moment or see Him when they are truly have passed and have flatlined and come back with messages. And I'm not jealous by any means, and I have even told myself, I believe. I have faith. I believe in Him. I love Him. And I want to try, I want Him to be number one in my life. As Christians, we all need to be doing that. And I realize I don't need confirmation. A lot of people have gotten confirmation, but I didn't need it. And last night, that was kind of wavering. And then it hit me, and I had my phone was playing secular music. Well, it plays everything, just everything. I got all sorts of stuff on my phone. I call it the best music in the world, you know. I just love music. And so it was just playing music, and then this, I wouldn't call it divine intervention, but more like a sense of understanding. It's like, here is your answer, Grillenheimer. Here it is. And I was in tears. I was going to say almost in tears, but no, I was in tears. And just moments before my wife drove into the basement down there. And which sort of leads me to 2 Timothy 2 verse 7. And in 2 Timothy verses 5 through 10, Paul is actually talking about the strictness of the Lord and explaining that when you do work hard, you should be able to get the first fruits of your labors before anyone else. And in verse 7, in the midst of that, consider what I say, for the Lord will give you understanding in everything. I just wanted to give you the context of where this is coming from. And then he goes on, you know, remember Jesus Christ, risen from the dead, descendant of David, according to my gospel, for which I suffer hardship, even to imprisonment as a criminal. But the word of God is not imprisoned, which is simply beautiful. And 2 Timothy is right before Titus. And if you're flipping in a very, very, very thin paged Bible, I mean, if you half blink, you're going to miss it trying to flip through the Bible, trying to find Timothy. I mean, it's just that small of a book for even 1 and 2 together. And it was this sense of understanding. I won't say I heard him talking to me exactly. It was just boom in the head, and this sense of understanding overwhelmed me that I realized, okay, I didn't go that far with this. I didn't go into that lifestyle. I didn't go so far that I needed to have a helping hand to reach me out and see the face of God to be able to be cleansed of this sin. That because my faith is strong enough, I can do this not just with him, but by myself, because my faith is strong. And I've been able to show my faith and love in him throughout the years. And it was just mind-blowing when this realization that me, or even you, if you have this issue at all either, you can do it, and we can get over this. It is a sin. It is something he frowns upon. And the world is so hard trying to shun this. It's so hard trying to stop this kind of word getting out. And especially in this day and age where it is being pushed in all kinds of media. And I've mentioned that before in another video, I think. But that's all I really had to say this morning. Thank you for watching. It was just a very powerful moment. I normally don't like getting this worked up or emotional or personal in these videos. But it was to the extent of almost a paranormal experience without the paranormal, if that makes any sense. So thank you for watching. Have a blessed day, and thank you. Thank you for everything you've done. If all you've done is simply watch my videos. Thanks a lot.